Today's video is going to be slightly different, folks. And usually I wouldn't cover topics such as this here on my channel, but this happened very close to home for me today. Actually only a 23-minute drive from my house and a place I've been at before in my life. This afternoon there was a school shooting at a Catholic school during Mass in Minneapolis, Minnesota. 17 people injured, mostly children, and 2 dead. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old.
And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country. I'm so deeply saddened, and I'm so sorry to the families that I know are suffering right now.
Now, I'll cover my thoughts on all this here in a second, but first let's hear from a young man who witnessed the whole thing and really watch in awe how cruel our American media really is. Within hours of an extremely traumatic event, they choose to shove cameras in a little boy's face, who was very much still in shock, by the way. Listen how nonchalantly he talks about the whole thing. Just for the news broadcast, to only be focused on the race they have to be the first news outlet to release the first juiciest interview clip. And this footage is heart-wrenching.
Well, we just got into Mass, and it was like 3 minutes after. It was very scary. It was like, my friend got shot in the back. He's in the hospital right now. It was super scary because, like, we've never practiced it in the church. We've only practiced it in the main school, so we really didn't know what to do. We just got into the pews and he shot through the stained glass windows. Yeah.
And did you ever see him?
My friend like ran, someone helped him like run out. He saw him, he was wearing all black and he had a ski mask on.
So it just shot through the windows and never came inside?
I don't think so. I mean, I was down, so I didn't really look up. I mean, he got shot through the stained glass windows, so they're probably ruined. And
But do you have friends that got hit by bullets?
yeah, my best friend did. I think he's gonna be okay. And then my friend, he was like laying on top of me, like making sure I was safe, and he got hit. So that was really brave of him.
And you have a nick on your neck?
Yeah, I don't even know what it's from. Kind of looks like debris or something.
But that came from during this?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You seem pretty put together here, but it's got to be tough.
Yeah, I'm just like confused kinda, because I never thought it would happen and it just happened, so like, just kind of crazy.
Now that we've seen that, let's discuss the shooter. Now, I originally didn't want to shine any light on the children or put any recognition on the shooter, that is, in the slightest. But with basically every news headline already showing these things, I suppose not including them would just be faulty journalism on my part, so I'll add them in for context. So apparently the shooter was a mentally unwell, trans, 20-year-old who, I guess, hated Donald Trump or something. And I still have a hard time connecting the dots on how this has anything to do with young Catholic children having to take the blame for this, but he did actually release a manifesto on his YouTube channel this morning before he did these horrendous acts, but I refuse to go and check out any of his work. Let alone, I'm not sure if you can still see them up online, but feel free to go for yourself. That's not me. I personally couldn't bring myself to learn any more about this sick fuck, but after committing these horrendous acts on young, religious school children, he ended his life by shooting himself in the back parking lot, which personally gives me mixed opinions. Part of me is glad that this monster is no longer existing anywhere near me, but it's also sort of saddening that many people who, do these acts don't actually get to face the real consequence of facing eternity behind bars and getting treated like shit by the other inmates. What honestly troubles me the most is that this is the first week of school for these children. How are any of them supposed to attend school comfortably or without worry for the rest of the year, if not ever again, matter of fact? If a school that counterparts as a church in the United States of America isn't safe, then where in the world is? I could have easily been one of those young boys, but when I was growing up, we never really had to worry about things like this. Why aren't there metal detectors in damn near every door in this country? And don't tell me we can't afford them. I mean, we spend pretty much every tax dollar to avoid terrorist attacks from outside nations. But we can't even start a solution to fix the enemies that are attacking us from within. This story is sickening, sad, and heart-wrenching. and my prayers go out to the families affected by this. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions regarding anything discussed down below in today's video, and a huge shout out to the ones out there who continue to support me on this channel. I'll see you next time.